Yeah, of course. And saw Brownie this morning. He's in town, so it's nice to catch up a little bit. But yeah, definitely still fun. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here.
What's the memory that's in your head right now as you get ready for tomorrow night the most?
I mean, there's a bunch of memories. Obviously, you always remember the first one, and just kind of certain games along the way, and the experience that you share with your teammates, which in the end of the day, it's what it's all about to share them with your teammates, with your family, with the fan base, and yeah, I mean it's obviously a lot of excitement and very humbling feeling to be able to do it for this long, and I've enjoyed every second of it.
Your dad's in town this week also. We did that interview with you on the ice in 2012 when you won the cup, the two of you. How valuable has it been to have that hockey mind available 24/7 to you, throughout your career?
Yeah, he's a really good hockey mind, and he speaks his mind too, which sometimes is not pleasant to hear. But he's been obviously there all along. The whole family was, and it's obviously very nice to have a support system like that, and you can lean on, and sometimes whine about stuff, but they set you straight. That's what they're there. He knows a good moment to give me a kick in the ass, or a good moment to just listen, and for me to let it out. So it's obviously a blessing for me to have him.
We talked about Brownie, your dad. Who else is here?
Yeah, my mom's here. My brother lives here. So, but yeah, that's the extent of it.
Oh, you did this, this is the second climb for you. You got here, the team wasn't good, climbed, championship, and now we're back to contender status. Is there similarities between that climb and this one? Is it still fun for you? Can you compare the two processes?
Yeah, it's most definitely fun. I mean, this is the challenges is what drive us every day. Is trying to get better as an individual, try to figure some new stuff as a team, and like I said before, it's the experiences with your teammates, and the climb. It's fun for the most part. There's parts that really stink, and they're not fun, and they're frustrating, and all of the above. But in the end of the day, like I said before, this is what we're here because it's exciting, it's fun. You wanna do it. It's hard work, but that's what makes it special.
When you look back at when you first broke into where you are today, how much has the game changed and the league changed?
Oh, quite a bit. I mean, I've been around for a little bit, so. But yeah, I mean, first couple of years here, we had the two top lines, and there was a checking line, and then there was a couple of heavyweights on the fourth line that did their stuff. Now it seems like the game's a lot faster, and 1 through 4 everybody can score and has a ton of skill, so it's changed a lot.
Kobe, when the team's going through a slide like they are kind of now, how nice is it to see a familiar face like Brownie around the rink?
Yeah, it's always nice to have him around, and he brings his goofiness and the jokes and everything else. It just lightens the mood a little bit. There's no secret that it's been a little frustrating lately, but have him around, it's a good refresher.
Speaking of that frustration, that's separating a great time and a special night for you and what's been going on with the team as of late. Is this a good break, or would you rather have had this happen when you guys have won 8 in a row and you're just laughing through it?
Well, I think it's always better when you win 8 in a row than lose 8 in a row. So, I mean, I'm going to enjoy it. In the end of the day, it's a game that we're trying to win, and we need points, and we want to win, obviously. But, I guess it's going to add a little bit more meaning to it.
When you ask your teammates in the locker room what you mean to them, they all have a lot of different responses. And what's your favorite hat to wear with your teammates, whether it's like friend, teammate, captain, Sherpa, even take someone like Jared Anderson Dolan in literally under your wing, living with you? Like, what's your favorite hat to wear on this team?
I think probably just a good teammate, you know, I guess teammate slash friend. Yes, I'm a little bit older than majority of the guys, but not that old quite yet.
So if you list your accomplishments like games played, 400, consistently, is there one individual achievement that stands out than the others?
I mean, right now, honestly, they're just numbers to me. I'm sure, and don't get me wrong, it's, you know, I'm very proud of everything, and they're pretty good numbers and all that stuff, but as of right now, they're numbers, and I think it's gonna hit me, you know, obviously more when I have time to actually think about it and you know, reflect on it. I think if I have to pinpoint one, it's probably maybe games played versus game missed, really. So, you know, I've been fortunate enough and I guess durable enough to, you know, to not miss very many games, and, you know, I guess that would be the one.
Kobe, building on your mentorship of Jad and now QB, when you look across the room and you see Dewey trying to help out Brant Clark, what goes through your mind watching that mentoring, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, what goes through my mind is when me and Dewey first got here, and, you know, with Greeny and Stoley and all those guys, when, you know, when they showed up and I guess changed the culture here, and, you know, Justin Williams and, you know, Mike Richards and Carts when he got here. It's just I guess the camaraderie that comes with it, and obviously Dewey's trying to pass the knowledge. I try to pass the knowledge and talk about stuff and I guess really brainstorm too, because even for us being around for a little bit, and we can still learn some stuff, and if you pick those guys' brain too, it might pop something in your head what you can do better. So it's you know, it's a two-way street. Yes, you want to mentor them and everything, but you know, at the same time, they can show you some stuff too.
You mentioned the game changing and also Matt Green. Does this locker room miss a guy like Matt Green that everybody else is afraid of and that can hold the room accountable?
I mean, the game's changed a little bit, so, but having Greeny in the locker room is always a great thing.
How much pride do you take in the development of Byfield, both in watching what he's been able to do these last few years and, of course, also in helping and mentoring him?
I mean, he's made big steps, you know. I think his mindset changed last year when he got called up. He was probably a little bit stunned that he got sent down, you know, early in the year. But then his mindset changed, so when he came back up, you could tell that, you know, he was ready to stick and ready to make the impact, and it's been great having him on the line, and now the production is up too, which I'm sure helps his confidence, and you know, because maybe last year the numbers weren't particularly high, but he did all the right stuff, what you need to do, you know, to, I guess, to play on the top line, playing against the other top lines, and, you know, now the production is up too, which is great to see, because he's put in a lot of work. He's, you know, listened, he was open to suggestions and, you know, I guess mentorship, and he learned, I feel, a lot in last year or so, and he's showing it.
Is there something funny that he does that kind of shows off the age gap where you're like, oh yeah, he's just 21?
Yeah, there's stuff that he does, but don't think it's the right thing to reveal it in front of the cameras.
Is there a time at all where the younger guys come to you and they say, you've won 2 cups, and we want to know what the hell does it take, besides scoring more goals, of course, to get to that point? Do they ever lean on you that way, or do you ever tell them?
Yeah, I mean, there's some times where it goes both ways. Sometimes I tell them or suggest something, and there's times when they come and want to hear stories and want to hear how we did it and how the runs were and all that stuff. So it goes both ways.
What's your view on PLD's struggles so far? He's really fighting it right now, so what do you see out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's fighting it right now, me being on top of that list too. So, I mean, it's a new environment, new systems, new everything. It's getting acclimated here too, but we brought him in to be the game breaker. So he knows it. I mean, like I said, frustration is, I guess, would be the word right now. But I got all the confidence that he and we will, get on the right track again.
Todd talked about how when he came in, he was leaning on you, and now there's a wider pool of guys, Juice, Trevor, some others that have sort of helped fill that leadership gap. Is it rewarding that they're not as reliant on you to be that leader, that you've been able to help other guys along in that regard?
It's always a good sign for a team when you have variety and not just 2 or 3 guys. I mean, if you go back 10 years, we could have about 3 or 4 captains on the team, So to have some of these younger guys evolve and step into those shoes is great to see and good for the team.
Coach, what are some things 10 years ago that you brought when you were winning the Cups? Obviously now, despite the struggles right now, what are some things you brought from 10 years ago to now to bring to this team? And what are some things that you had to learn in this past 2 years as well?
I mean, it's arguably the hardest trophy to win, really, in sports. So it's never easy. The season has its ups and downs, and I mean, if you look at the 12 season, we were on the very outside looking in with 20 games left. So saying that, we're still in a good position right now, even though we're not doing very great. But it's something that you got to work towards and build the character and grow as a team and just battle through it. There's nothing more satisfying than battling through it and figuring it out as a team and go on a run and hopefully be the last team standing.